Today I'm going to show you 3 different themes and how to import data and get sort of a head start going on your WordPress development. The first 2 are sort of drag and drop builders, and the third one's sort of a regular popular theme. If we go to the websites, the 3 I'm going to do are Enfold, which is found on ThemeForest, as well as Divi, which is part of Elegance Themes, and the last one will be StudioPress's Genesis theme work, I guess you would call it, or framework. I don't know what they call it. Anyway, let's get started. We're going to start with Enfold here. They have a number of demos to choose from. Now, Enfold works great with WooCommerce. Actually, any of these themes work well with WooCommerce. If you're looking for that, the theme I'm going to look at today is the Enfold Gym is the one I've chosen since we're sort of still in January here, and hopefully people are keeping their New Year's resolutions and going to the gym. So I'll just close this. So I've set up 3 installs, one for Enfold, one for Divi, and one for Genesis, just with the default WordPress install here. So we're looking at the 2017 theme here, which is a really nice theme actually. So we're just going to go to the dashboard and we're going to activate Enfold. Now, with all these themes, I suggest using what's called a child theme so that the Enfold framework or the Divi framework can be updated and it doesn't affect any changes on your child theme. So that's kind of what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to just activate the child theme. Basically, it takes all the settings from the parent theme, and then you just have to do a few little things on the child theme. So for Enfold, you're brought straight to the sort of, I guess you would say, the themes options page, and there's an import export data, and there's a theme import here, or a demo import. That's the one we want. So basically, you see all the themes that we had shown on the website here, and here's the import the gym one. So let's click that to import. It's going to overwrite everything on the WordPress install. Now, I find the Enfold one probably the simplest to use. If you're a real novice, starting with any of these demo, like you have everything you would ever want in a WordPress website with any of these demos here, like from medical to health to coffees to e-commerce. Anyway, there's a lot to choose from. So after this is imported, the thing I like about Enfold is it gives you the pages, it gives you everything exactly as it is in the demo. There's no fooling around afterwards. Everything is pretty much perfect. All you need to do after that is just import your own content, be that images and texts. Just replace it with your client's content, and away you go. So let's see here. We'll just maybe wait for this to finish. It's importing everything. It shouldn't take too long to do that. Now I'm on a local host, so it has to download everything installed on my computer here, but it wouldn't be too bad. What can we talk? Well, places to go for, if we go back to here, like a lot of the images are just sort of stock images. You can go to a place like sort of deposit photos and then just search for images that you can use. I don't believe you're allowed to use any of the images in any of the imported themes. So really take a look and find your own images and your own content and work from there. Okay, so that's done importing. It worked out, no problems. I've never had any problems importing anything with Kresge's work here. So if we just go to the front page, you'll see you have exactly a working website with pretty close to like really nice headlines, and a lot of the information here is not just lips or up some text. It's actually meaningful text, which is very nice. Even a video background, all this sort of stuff is ready to go. You have your about page with your team, mission. Now this framework or this theme really has its own drag and drop builder in it that's not available anywhere else. So if you really like what this is, because I don't have an API for the Google Maps there on my local host. You really have to just use the Enfold. They don't have a plugin for their drag and drop or anything like that. So we'll go in and let's go to the front page here, since it's the most interesting one. And we'll just go edit the front page just to take a look at their drag and drop builder. The thing I really like about Enfold is it doesn't drastically take over WordPress in any sort of fashion. It still looks like you're on the page to edit with inside the dashboard here. So there's the default editor, which you're used to, here it is, and the advanced layout editor, which is the Enfold editor. Up here you have your sort of sections that you can drag and drop into down here. Your content elements, with the text block is the one you probably use the most, but so many different choices here. And your media elements, which you have your full width slider, which is the top one here. We'll just go in and edit this one and just take a look at it. So basically you have the 4 slides here, and you just click on the one you want to edit. You have the image you choose, the caption, which is here, 30 trial, and then the 2 buttons. You can just click them and add them to whatever page you want to set it to. It's very simple to use. You can change the colors, you can put overlays, and then of course you would save it. Also here you have the different layouts. This basically, I'll just drag a section down here. It's like a full width section. They have one that's just plain, and they have one that's a colored background where you can add videos or images. So you just sort of drag it in here, and then you can start adding your elements. So like if I wanted a third, then another third, then another third, or any kind of combinations that would add that up. The grid row one is a bit special. It goes like from edge to edge of your browser. These ones kind of have padding, and they stay within the width of the page. So I'm just going to delete that. Needless to say, it's very easy to use. You have all your breakdowns here, and the contact form is very easy to use. It's based on contact form 7. So, and other things like that. These are the nice things that kind of animated numbers that spin. You just put the number in. You can put any kind of text after the number. It's only the number that's affected. Anyway, it's very easy to use, I find. So, needless to say, that is all there is for Enfold. Because importing any of that data for your to start out with, you basically have a functioning website immediately. So let's move on to Divi. Okay, Divi is also a drag and drop builder. It works a little bit differently. So if we go to the Divi website, it's made by Elegant Themes. You can create a membership, log in, and download Divi. Now, I'm going to start out here. There's also what I did was Divi uses sort of child themes, and you can use layouts for pages. So I'm going to go through sort of the layouts for pages route as opposed to the child theme, which I will use a child theme for Genesis later on. So let's just start with this. So Divi, we'll go into the dashboard and just activate Divi here. Appearance themes and Divi activate. Headers sent. Anyway, that's probably just something with, well, we'll find out. So we have a sample page here, and if we go into the Divi settings, you'll see that they have like a Divi library, which we can add layouts to. If we just you sort of have to build page by page with the layouts if you're not using a child theme. So we'll just start with like a home page, for example, and we'll use the builder that way. All right, and we'll use, similar to this, we have the default WordPress editor, but we'll use the Divi builder. So load from library will give you a head start. So we got like shop basics, splash page coming soon, landing page, maybe there's a home page extended. Let's just take a look at that. So it's similar to Enfold in the sense that you have your different sections. You can add a slider at the top here, which you can go and edit. There we go. So general settings, there's only 2 slides in here with the arrows on, off, parallax, padding, other sort of settings you can go in here and set. So if you wanted to edit this, this is where you have your images and stuff like that. Now, I'm just going to close this. Well, let's publish this. Divi's default sort of pages aren't all that exciting to look at. They kind of give you basically the bare bones. There's no background image. It's all lips or up some text or however you say that, and the images are not there. So it's kind of it's good to start that way, I guess, and you don't have a menu. You have to create your menu. We only have the 2 pages there. So I'm going to go into the dashboard here, and back under Divi, there's something called the Divi library. Now here you can import sort of page layouts that are a little bit more interesting. For example, there's a website called Divi Theme Examples, and here we have a gym one as well. So it gives you a home page, well, all the different pages that you would need for a typical website, including the Contact Us page. So they're free. It just brings you back here. You just have to subscribe, and then they'll give you the download for free, which I have here as a zip, and then you want to unzip that. And we'll come back to our layouts. We're going to add a new one. Oops, sorry, not add a new one. We're going to import export. So we're going to import, and let's bring this over. Basically, you have an about page, contact, home, and services page. This is for all, so we'll just bring that in. They're JSON files, and we'll import that. So just like Enfold, it's going to take a while to import all the images and text and so on for the 4 pages. After it's imported, we're going to have to go and create those pages and continue from there to create the website. So hopefully it won't take too long. So as suggested in here we have a services, home, contact, and about. So the easiest thing to do is create all those pages. We've already created the home page, so we'll create a contact, and about, and a services, and that should be our website right there. Okay, so that's done. Just let it finish. There we go. Okay, so there we have our layouts. So if we go to pages, all pages, well, we have the home one. Let's add a new one. We'll create contact pages, contact, and we'll use the Divi builder, and we'll find our load from library, add from library, and we have our fitness contact. So there we go. All our sections, our hero sections. We'll publish that. We'll go back to our home page and get rid of what was there and use this one since it's more attractive. We'll clear the layout. Yes, please. And we'll load from the library and add from library, and our home page, we'll load that. And we'll update that page. And we'll add a new page. What's it called? about page, I guess. Now, it's not too bad doing this. This is kind of closer to how you would normally work creating a website. And the last one is services. And services load. All right, now we still have that the sample page, but we're not going to worry about it for now. So let's just go look at our, this is the services. We'll go back to the home page. Oops, sorry, the home. So we still have to set up a little bit more of the WordPress install to be more regular with the home page settings and things. So this looks pretty nice compared to what Divi defaults come with. Services, I think we already saw that one. Yeah. So that's another way to go about working with setting up themes with default text and default images. Let's move on to Genesis. Hopefully that'll give you some ideas there with Divi. So Genesis is a whole different thing. Now it's I would say a little bit simpler in terms of capabilities. It doesn't have the drag and drop functionality. Usually you work with the Genesis framework and then you have a child theme on top of it. So let's just sort of go into that right now. I'm going to start with a child theme because that's basically what they suggest, is use a child theme, and then they're going to show you the steps involved to set up your child theme to look like the demo. Is the way to start. Is sort of what I'm doing with the rest of these. The one I'm going to choose is this Aspire Pro theme. So if we go to the live demo, they don't really have a health and fitness one with Genesis. So there's an opportunity for someone to create one maybe, but we're going to create this one here with Genesis to give you a head start. Now it's similar to Divi. You have to create each page individually. Now with Genesis, there's a few things to start with. There's some plugins that we're going to need. With the Aspire Pro, they suggest a couple plugins. There's one, the e-news widget. There's a featured custom post type widget, and also a widget importer and exporter. Now, I'll leave links to these in the description below, so that might help you out. So once they're in there, let's see where I should activate them, I guess. Activate, since we're here. The e-news. There it is, e-news extended. And the import widgets, because we'll activate the WordPress importer as well. We'll need that. And the widget importer. So let's start by going to themes and activating the theme. WordPress uses a slightly different idea of getting the home page. They use all kinds of widgets to fill in each of the sections, as opposed to using what the drag and drop builder create the sections inside of pages. So let's start by, well, if we just look at what it looks like now. It's not too exciting. So let's start building this up. We're going to go to Tools, and we're going to go to Import. Now, every theme with Genesis comes with an XML sheet to import the data. So I got to find it. I don't really have it set up here ready for us. Under my sites. Content. Aspire Pro. Okay, it's usually in the XML folder here. So there's sample XML. So we'll just drag that in. Well, actually, so we got to run the importer. That file, sample XML. Now, as you know, the importer is not 100% perfect in WordPress, so but we'll just go visit the site now, and you'll see we have just the sample posts and things like that. Everything is just a sample. It doesn't really give you truly a website. The next step would be to, oops, that's Divi. Go to the dashboard again, go to the widget importer. Since we've activated the plugins, we can do this. Now, the widget importer is a bit differently. They've given you, in Genesis, they give you a link to go to find the widget information. So you can make it look like the theme, and it's just a Dropbox thing here. So we'll just download that. I don't want that. I just want to download it. It's a WE file for widget importer. So we'll show it in Finder. So there we go. We're done with that. And we'll just get this demo WE imported. We'll import all the widgets on the front page. Okay, so there we go. And now if we take a look, we're still not there, I don't believe. Oh no, we are. Okay, perfect. So there we go. So there's the front page for our Genesis. And you'll see some of it's lips are up some of it's, well, it's mostly lips are up some text. But you do have some of the images, and you got sort of a head start there. Now you're going to have to build the pages out just similar to Divi as you go, but this kind of gives you a nice head start with their child themes here. So that's it. I'm going to sort of stop there. I'll just show you where in the dashboard here, like the widget area. Basically, you can see with Genesis, there's front page 1, front page 2, front page 5, all the way to front page 13. Each of those are the sections. And if you open some of these up, you can see they just use straight HTML. So that's not as user-friendly as the other themes, but you're not slowing your site down with a drag and drop builder. So that's the advantage there. Advantage, disadvantage, that's up for discussion. So I'm going to leave it there with everything. There you should have a nice head start in building something with any of these 3 frameworks. All right, so have a good day.